I don't know what it's like in Latvia, but in America, anything that adults really, really want, they will call a right.
Nezinu, kā tas ir Latvijā, bet Amerikā tas, ko pieaugušie ļoti grib, viņi to sāks uzreiz saukt par savām tiesībām.
In America, it seems that adults have a right to housing and a right to get their master's degree paid for by the government, a right to government-funded birth control.
Un Amerikā pieaugušo starpā ir uzskats, ka viņiem ir tiesības uz mājvietu, tiesības uz tātad dzimstības kontroles finansējumu un arī tiesības uz to, ka viņiem tiek finansēta maģistra grāda iegūšana.
So I understand the skepticism around describing children's rights in the context of family.
Un tāpēc es saprotu šo skepticismu, kas rodas ap šo te vēlmi skaidrot un apelēt arī uz bērnu tiesībām.
So in the book, we try to describe what exactly is a right. How do you know that something is a right?
Un grāmatā mēs arī paskaidrojam, kas tieši ir tiesības un kā var zināt, ka kaut kas vispār ir tiesības.
And we are working from a system of natural law. That is what we can know about how we ought to behave based on studying the natural world.
Un pie tā mēs nonākam studējot un pamatojoties uz dabisko likumu.
So in the book, we have 3 rules that make it a right test. 3 things that you know, if it meets these criteria, it's a natural right.
Un, lai zinātu, kas ir dabiskās tiesības, tam ir jāatbilst 3 kritērijiem.
So the first one is a natural right existed before the government.
Pirmais ir, ka šis dabiskās tiesības ir pastāvējušas jau pirms valdības.
So you can look at something like your right to life or your right to self-defense and see that right existed before the government was formed.
Un mēs varam skatīties uz tiesībām uz pašaizsardzību vai tiesībām uz savu dzīvību un saprast, ka mums tās ir bijušas arī vēl pirms valdība pateica, ka mums tās ir.
In the book, we advocate for children's rights to their mother and father, and that relationship also existed before the government was formed.
Grāmatā mēs aizstāvam bērnu tiesības uz mammu un tēti, un arī šīs tiesības ir pastāvējušas vēl pirms valdība mums to ir pateikusi.
The second criteria for whether or not something is a natural right is, does somebody have to provide it for you?
Otrais kritērijs ir, vai kādam tas jums ir jānodrošina.
So if somebody has to lay a foundation, put up the walls, put a roof on, put plumbing and electrical into it, it's not a natural right.
Ja tas ir kas tāds, kam ir jāizveido pamats, jāuzbūvē sienas, jumts, jāievieš santehnika un elektrības komunikācijas, un tas nav tur bijis iepriekš, nu tad tas nav dabiskais likums.
So like your right to life, nobody has to provide that for you. It is similar to your right to your mother and father. If you exist, your mother and father also exist. Thus, it's a natural right.
Tas ir pretēji tam, kā mēs zinām mūsu tiesības uz dzīvību. Tātad, ja mēs pastāvam, tātad mēs dzīvojam. Ja mēs dzīvojam un mēs pastāvam, tad pastāv un eksistē arī mūsu vecāki.
Finally, you know that it's a natural right when everybody gets the same amount.
Un visbeidzot, mēs zinām, ka tās ir dabiskās tiesības, ja mēs visi to dabūjam vienādā apmērā.
If it can vary in terms of its distribution, like a penthouse or a shack, a PhD or a high school degree, it's not a natural right.
Ja mēs runājam par kaut ko, kas atšķirās savos apjomos, piemēram, ka vienam tiek dzīvoklis daudz stāv mājas augšējā stāvā un kādam citam tiek maza būdiņa, vai kādam tiek doktora grāds un citam pamatizglītība, tad mēs zinām, ka tās nav dabiskās tiesības.
But if everybody always automatically has the same amount, it's a natural right. We all have exactly one life, and we all have exactly 2 parents. So children's right to their mother and father is a natural right.
Un, ja mēs zinām, ka mēs visi esam ieguvuši jau sākotnēji kaut ko vienādā apmērā, proti mēs visi zinām, ka mums ir viena dzīvība, un mēs visi zinām, ka mums ir divi vecāki, tad mēs zinām, ka tās ir tās dabiskās tiesības.
The government does not provide us with life or parents. The government exists to protect those fundamental natural rights.
Nav mums devusi nec dzīvību, nec vecākus, bet tā pastāv, lai aizstāvētu šīs fundamentālās tiesības.
Thank you. Another question is from Azaswir. I think one of the greatest value of the book is the stories part. How much of the then before us success can be attributed to these personal stories, and why do you consider stories as a key to success, like in the book?
There have been a lot of very strong pro-family organizations throughout the world for decades.
Gadu desmitiem ir bijušas visā pasaulē ļoti daudz spēcīgas dzīvību aizstāvošās organizācijas.
They have always argued based on the biblical worldview or natural law or using very good research and statistics.
Un šīs organizācijas vienmēr ir izteikušas savu argumentāciju balstoties uz ticības pamatiem vai ļoti labu statistiku un pētījumiem.
And yet, the pro-family argument continues to lose in almost every country around the world.
Taču mēs redzam, ka ģimenes aizsardzības jautājums turpina zaudēt visā pasaulē.
That is because the family redefinition people tell a better story than we do.
Un tas galvenokārt ir tāpēc, ka cilvēki, kuri pārdefinē ģimeni un ģimenes jēdzienu, stāsta labākus stāstus.
They humanize the stories of adults who identify as gay or lesbian, or who are seeking a divorce, or who are struggling with infertility and desperately want a baby.
Viņi spēj padarīt ļoti cilvēcīgus stāstus no cilvēkiem, kas ir homoseksuāli, vai cilvēki, kas vēlas šķirties, vai kuri nevar ieņemt bērnu, un par katru cenu kaut kā viņi tomēr grib.
The stories help us give an empathy for those adults.
Šie stāsti izraisa mūsos pieaugušajos empātiju pret šādiem cilvēkiem.
So the response must be for us to properly empathize with the children who will suffer if the family is redefined.
Tāpēc mūsu tāda korektā atbilde būtu izraisīt empātiju attiecībā uz bērniem, kuri šajos gadījumos cietīs.
And we can only do that if we share the children's stories instead of the adult stories.
Un to mēs varam panākt tikai tad, ja mēs dalīsimies nevis pieaugušo stāstos, bet bērnu stāstos.
The world needs to look these children in the eye and understand exactly how they have suffered because they were forced to lose a relationship with their mother or father.
Pasaulē mums ir jāpanāk, ka pasaule ieskatās šo bērnu acīs un redz tiešām aci pret aci, kāda ir bijusi maksa, kā šie bērni ir cietuši no tā, ka viņi ir zaudējuši savu māti vai tēvu.
It is only through sharing the stories of children who have been raised in these modern families that we can change hearts and change laws.
Un tikai ieskatoties to bērnu stāstos, kuri ir uzauguši šajās modernajās ģimenēs, mēs varam izmainīt prātus un sirdis.
Plans. I would like to let one of our big friends, to ask a question to you.
Es ļausim uzdot jautājumu kādam no mūsu draugiem arī.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Can you hear me? Yes. Oh, my name is Agnes. I have really a quick question. The last year, well, I will start from another place. We live in Latvia, very far away from the United States. I have never been to the States. I read about it all the time. I buy American books. We translate these books written in America about American cases, and so on and so on. The last year happened something unbelievable for me. I didn't believe it will happen, but you know, the big court case, Roe versus Wade, was repealed. That is what was incredible news. I came out, it was June in Latvia, and I looked around and I had a feeling the world has changed. This is the beginning of the new era. So this is my personal part. So my question to you, dear Katy, do you have real hope, some idea, some real prospect about other big American laws, constitutional laws, for example, on gay and lesbian marriage, being repealed in the future?
Good. Do you need to translate for everybody before I answer?
Agnes, vai tu varētu auditorijai uzreiz latviski?
Kur man jārunā? Jā, tu arī te vari runāt. Es varu te runāt. Tātad jautājums bija, pirmkārt es sāku to, ka pateicu Ketijai, ka mēs neticējām, ka pagājušajā gadā Amerikas augstākās tiesas lielais lēmums Roe pret Veidu, 60. gados pieņemts, kas legalizēja konstitucionāla, 73. piedošana, kas legalizēja abortus, konstitucionāla līmenī visā federālajā valstī, ka tas tika atcelts. Un mans jautājums viņai ir, vai ir, ņemot vērā šo pagriezienu punktu, vai ir cerība, ka varētu arī citi konstitucionāla līmeņa likumi, tādi kā, piemēram, geju un lesbiešu laulību likums, tiktu atcelt tuvākajā laikā?
Agnes, I know who you are, and Latvia is very fortunate to have you.
Latvijai ļoti paveicies, ka tu mums esi.
Just like with the decision to legalize abortion, the decision to legalize gay marriage goes against natural law.
Tieši tāpat kā abortu legalizācija, tāpat arī homoseksuālo laulību legalizācija iet pret dabisko likumu.
Both of these court cases suppressed the reality of children. One suppressed their right to life, one suppresses their right to their mother and father.
Un abi šie likumi apspiež bērnu tiesības. Viens likums apspiež bērnu tiesības uz dzīvību, otrs apspiež viņu tiesības uz māti un tēvu.
But natural law reflects the reality of the world, and it cannot be hidden forever.
Taču dabiskais likums atspoguļo pasaules lietu kārtību, un to nevar noslēpt mūžīgi.
It is like a beach ball that you try to push under the water. You can keep it down for a little while, but sooner or later the truth is going to emerge.
Kā tāda pludmales bumba, kuru mēs varam mēģināt spiest zem ūdens, bet agri vai vēlu viņa izsprāgs ārā.
The fight to defend children's right to life was successful because we changed hearts and we worked to change laws.
Un šī cīņa par bērnu tiesībām uz dzīvību bija veiksmīga, jo mums izdevās izmainīt sirdis un tad arī likumu.
The pro-family movement needs to follow the anti-abortion pattern.
Un ģimenes aizstāvošajām kustībām ir jāseko. Say that again. Sorry, Katy.
The pro-family, the pro-marriage movement needs to follow the anti-abortion pattern or example.
Mums ir jāseko anti-abortu šim piemēram, paternam. Šablonam. Kustības par dzīvību. Paldies.
We need to work to tell the culture the truth about the importance of mothers and fathers.
Mums ir jāstrādā, lai mūsu kultūrā stāstītu patiesību par tēvu un mammu nozīmīgumu.
And we need to work to legally carve out places to reward mothers and fathers for parenting their children together.
Un mums ir jāizstrādā arī likuma līmenī veidi, kā atbalstīt un arī apbalvot vecākus par to, ka viņi kopā audzina bērnus.
The pro-life world succeeded in overturning Roe versus Wade because they had laser beam focus on the rights of the child.
Un šajā Roe pret Veidu lietā tika gūti panākumi, jo bija lāzeru fokus un tāda ļoti koncentrēta šī kustība.
The pro-marriage.
Tieši bērnu tiesības, jā.
The pro-marriage and the pro-family movement will also succeed when we have a laser beam focus on the rights of the child.
Ģimeņu un bērnu kustības arī gūs panākumus, ja mums būs šis fokus un koncentrēšanās tieši uz bērnu tiesībām.
At Them Before Us, we say anti-abortion work is children's rights 1.0. Marriage and family is children's rights 2.0. It's the same focus, the same line of argumentation, the same basis of natural law.
This is where you'll have to repeat it a bit slower.
Hard. You poor man. I am so sorry. I talked too much. So, at Them Before Us, we say fighting abortion is children's rights 1.0, the first level.
Grāmata Bērni vispirms, tas ir cīņa pret abortiem, tāda pirmā versija, 1.0.
Marriage and family work is children's rights 2.0, level 2.
Un otrais līmenis ir darbs ar ģimenēm un darbs ar laulībām.
Both of them are based on natural law, and both of them will triumph when we highlight that they are fights to protect children.
Abas šīs lietas ir balstītas uz dabisko likumu, un abas tās tiks izceltas tajā brīdī, kad mēs spēsim to nofokusēt un parādīt kā cīņu par bērniem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
If only we could, we would present you flowers. But right now, we can only say, I personally can say, the mystery voice speaking here again, that it's amazing the work that you've done, and I will dare to say what I already said to Alina. We heard a phrase that you're not coming from an academic background in terms of let's just leave it at that, which is great. Which is great, by the way, because there's a saying, you probably know it, that professionals built the Titanic. It was the amateurs who built the Noah's Ark. So thank you for building your Noah's Ark, and may it succeed and prosper in the future as well. Thank you, Katy. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. But really, the team that secured the book rights, that translated the entire book, this is very complex material, hundreds of studies, more than 100 stories. This is not easy work. And it was carried out by some talented and devoted and persistent people in Latvia. They deserve a lot of appreciation and praise. So thank you to our Latvian team.
Thank you, Katy. Absolutely.
Thank you, Katy. I know you have a busy schedule. I'm so grateful that you devoted us so much time and waited us. Thank you once again.
There was no place else that I wanted to be this morning.
Again, thank you. And we shall continue, and hopefully we'll meet in person in the future.
I hope so, Mystery Voice. Thank you.